it creates a separate clip. So I'm kind of doing a little bit of editing here in the,
to edit,
easier to edit. Okay, so we're on to our on arrival question. I can go down our chapter was affirming, so it's about, affirming others, but we want to do a little bit of what's our self-affirmation or appreciation. And let's see, what did I say? This is so something that people point out about me, and also that I noticed in myself, is sort of this dedication and perseverance, especially like with this empathy work. It's like I grab a hold of something, and it's like a bulldog. It's like, and it's almost like pathological. it's beyond beyond reason. It's just like grab a hold and just do it. And I don't know if it's something with my German background or something. You just you got to push through, and because it seems like that's what it takes for this. It just, to get something done, you just have to have that perseverance. But maybe it's insanity too. But that's the one thing. Yeah. So I like that. And the other is the stepping into the unknown. That when I graduated from high school, that's kind of where it started. I just took off traveling around the world and spent 10 years traveling around the world. And so growing up, my friends said, "Oh, I want to travel too. Let's go do this." And then when the time came to actually, step into the unknown and start traveling, nobody wanted to go. But I said, okay, I'm going to go do it myself then. And same way with even like this empathy work, or, what have you. I'm willing to just kind of throw caution to the wind and go do it. So I appreciate that adventurousness and stepping into the unknown. Rita, do you want to go next?
I'm really impressed. It took me a long time to really get this empathy thing, this empathy energy, and I'm at a point where I live empathy, and I receive the feedback from people who tell me that I have empathy, and that it contributes to their lives, and they tell me how much sometimes it's helpful for them to go through trauma, and they say it's my empathy is supporting them. So and it's helping me in my work as a mediator, as you were saying as well. I went back. I love learning, so I went back at 40 to study, and I keep learning, and this thirst for growing is something I really appreciate, because it keeps me entertained. And also I'm a laughter yoga instructor, and that was one way of for me to survive some challenging times in my life. And when I offer workshops, again, I bring laughter to people, and again, they are so grateful. And so about gratefulness, it's this two-way street. It's just, I appreciate it a lot. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's fun.
Okay. Thanks. Jessica?
Thank you.
I appreciate that I keep trying. Yeah, just keep trying, and that I put that I'm pretty stubborn, and I and if I want to do something, I if I really want to do something, I'm usually pretty dedicated to it, even though it takes me time sometimes. And I appreciate the fact that I find the courage to move in Canada 7 years ago by myself and to build a new life here, which for me was a huge proof of like that I could do it, just simply that. I also wanted to appreciate my parents who raised me. My siblings and I, we are all hearing people, and my parents are deaf, and it's I just appreciate that, you know, it was different challenges for them to raise hearing kids, and I appreciate that I learned by observing them, you know. Actually, I think it allowed me to be very empathetic to other people's challenges in life, and I'm usually pretty observant when someone is struggling, for example. So I think it helped me to develop those skills that I now use and want to hone and perfect. And so yeah, I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. Alex?
Yeah, I appreciate I wrote that I appreciated my unorthodox upbringing from my dad, as I told you guys a little bit about. But I just appreciate the general. I just have a lot of exposure to this kind of stuff and NVC, and a lot of people just don't. Their parents aren't that into it, and they don't get that exposed to it, and they kind of I don't know. I know some people who are just now in their 20s or 30s who are just sort of starting to discover it, and it's like, you know, I appreciate that I've had it in my life for as long as I have, and it's given me a bit of an appetite to always want more of it and to learn more about it, and I really like that. And I also just appreciate sort of my independent nature. I'm willing and interested and able to do a lot on my own, and that's partially just because I kind of left my own devices a lot as I was growing up. So I appreciate that about myself as well. You know, being able to sit at home and work. You know, a lot of people might not have the discipline or something like that, and you know, and that's why they need to go into an office or something. But I'm capable of kind of getting stuff done even on my own. So I appreciate that about myself.
Great. That's